For our strength work today, we worked on the goblet squat. So a goblet squat is holding a weight. It can be a dumbbell or a kettlebell or even a mini band, just in this position where it's basically just in line with the rib cage. I'm not trying to lift it at all. I'm just holding it and I'm creating a little tension on it by pulling on it a little bit. I can pull on the kettlebell handle, or I can pull on the ends of the dumbbell, or in this case, I can hold the band in place. And all this is doing is adding a little weight if you're using a dumbbell, but even with the mini band, we're connecting the upper body, making sure that our lats are active here. And then I want a band around the knees to push against and have my knees push out. And when I squat, I want to make sure that I start with a little bit of a hip, like sitting back into that chair, just enough now that you can squat. My knees should stay exactly pretty much where they are. They'll come forward some, but I don't want them going way past my toes. So from here, I can even turn the feet out slightly if that's more comfortable. And I'm just holding a little tension here. I get a little hinge, push the knees out. I sit down to where I'm comfortable, making sure I'm pushing through the balls of the feet, the big toe and the heel. Press to extend back up. And then I reset, unlock the knees, sit back, lower, push through the whole foot, including the big toe, to come back up. If you want to add something to it, one of the things I do with people is as we lower, we can do a little press out for balance. Again, that can be done with the weight as well. And as I come up, I'll pull the band or the weight into my abdomen. And I can continue like so, coordinating that movement. The second one we did was a band row. We used the loop band, but if you have one with handles, and if you have two of them, you can set them up individually and pull them, or if you have two handles on the band, like these only have one, but if you have one with a handle on each end, you can loop it over something or around a post, just like I've done here with this loop band. I've wrapped it around the ring here. And then I'm going to stand with, again, about shoulder width apart or a little bit wider. And then I'm going to make sure that I start this pull. If I'm reaching first, I start this pull with my back, kind of like the scapula, but not to that same extreme. I just want to pack the shoulders back to engage my lats. I squeeze the band I'm holding on, and I draw this to the midline of the chest. Now, I don't want to go too high and have my shoulders hike up because I'll feel that in my neck. So I want to make sure my elbows stay back and down, just like with the push-up we're going to do. And then I return with the elbows and then allow the shoulders to relax. So I start with packing the shoulders back, draw to the midline or lower, and then elbows return, and then the back. The third one was a rear step lunge. So from here, I'm finding I get my hip width, I find my balance, I shift my weight to one side, and when I step back, I want to make sure I don't go into a tightrope position, like walking on a tightrope. I want to stay on those tracks. Think of it as ski tracks, if you were skiing. And then I have my balance here, and I'll make sure I slide this foot back in line. And when I land, I'm going to be in that lunge position. It'll be the heel is elevated. I'm on the ball of the foot. My knee, foot, and hip are all pointed forward. And then I do a little lunge here, coming down, making sure, again, this knee doesn't shoot forward or go back. It stays right where it is, so I have to sink in this back knee along with my hips. And then when I come up, I push into that front foot and I shift my weight forward into that front foot so I can really press into that glute, and I step back up and reset. And then I can do the other side. I balance here, step back on those tracks, get the ball of the foot down and set. Make sure my knee is over top of my toes and it doesn't move forward or back. I sink down into that lunge. And when I come up, I want that sense of spreading the floor apart. So everything down below is engaged and my core is engaged, and I push back up, extend, and repeat if I wish, or I can just alternate back and forth, shifting here, bringing this back, and then going to the other side. Like so. The last one we did was the push-up. And I'll do it from an elevated position as such, but you can make this a countertop or higher, or even a wall, anything that allows you to do this in the proper form. And whether we're pushing up against the wall or up a bench or on the floor, we want to make sure we press at the elbow, stay nice and close. Just like we did that pull with the band, we wind up here. In a press, we're going to have our hands in line with the middle of the chest, or chest in line with the middle of the hands, And then from there, just like with the pull, I want to make sure I'm pushing this away. So I engage the back, and when I have my hands straight, and as I do the push-up, the elbows come back nice and close. I don't allow this to happen. So I'm pushed away, I'm bending at the elbows, keeping that push away at the back, and then press out. So from here, hands and shoulders are right over top of each other based on the angle that you're in. And from here, I'm pressing away. I'm bending the elbows down behind me, not out to the sides. So they fold back. And then I lower my chest to where I'm comfortable. And I can hold it, and then I can push back up and push the bench away again, and then repeat. Bending the elbows first, not releasing the back, bringing the chest forward into between the hands, press away, reset. And that was all the, that was all the work we did today. If you have any questions, give me a shout. Thanks.